Is the death penalty ever morally justified? No. First, ignore the shoes. Just completely ignore it. I just got up and was like, let's do this. But what you shouldn't ignore is that next week is the premiere of season 3 of True Grit Talks. And I am so excited. I think that looked weird, but ignore that. So this trailer is kind of crazy. I went up to people that I knew, people that I didn't know. I was like, hey, can I ask you like controversial questions really quickly? And they were like, some people were like, absolutely not. Some people were like, yeah. Other people were just like, and I was like, okay, that's fine. But I just want y'all to know this is a disclaimer because people think that if you don't agree, you can't get along, you can't support. Support me regardless. Like I said, it's gonna be controversial, but this is just me this season sharing how I feel, really raw, really unedited, and just being like, hey guys, this is me, this is my views, and it's gonna be answering some of these questions throughout different episodes. So I hope y'all are ready because I'm ready. We out. Okay, so boom, what is your hot take on the alphabet community?
My hot take on that is like, I don't even know why they would do that for real, but
Do what?
like be gay, homosexual, what you are and how you were supposed to be, and supposed to walk in that and not try to be somebody else you're not, or be something you're not. If you're a boy, don't try to be a girl. If you're a girl, don't try to be a boy.
Should free speech have limits in modern society?
So I feel like we expect a lot of black and white answers to that, and I think it really depends on the forum we're talking about. Like if we're talking about social media or privately owned corporations, they have that right to limit free speech on their platform because it is their platform. If we're talking about out in the world, out in society, it's a little bit more of a harder answer because we really shouldn't, even though it may lead to people being uncomfortable or people being conflicted about what's being said. But I think instead of striving for what we consider free speech, we should strive for what we consider to be the truth. Because if we're focused on that instead of whatever else is going on right now, we'll get a little bit closer to the right direction.
Sweet. Should mental health days be mandatory in schools and workplaces?
Wow, that's a great question. I really do think it should. I'm a teacher. That's my profession. So a lot of times there's a lot of stress that goes into not just dealing with students, but also dealing with faculty. And we need those days. And I honestly believe that if it is mandatory, if we make them mandatory, then it will allow people to be more free in taking those days off. So we actually have built-in days. It's called personal time. We only have 2 out of all of the time that we're supposed to be teaching anyway. But we only have 2 days, but it's not mandatory, but it's there if you need it. And I think that it should be mandatory just to put that more emphasis on mental health, taking time out for yourself, for your family. Those things are necessary because if you die today and, God forbid you die today, but, the job is just going to replace
you. Is cancel culture a necessary tool for accountability or a threat to freedom?
I think it is a necessary tool. I think you can go too far with it, and that's when it becomes a threat to freedom. But I think looking at history, looking at the problems that like celebrities or other people have faced before, they weren't really held accountable for their actions. And now there's some people that are held accountable for it, and it kind of goes too far. But overall, I think it's a good thing.
Do celebrities have a responsibility to be role models?
No, I don't think that celebrities have a responsibility to be role models, but I think that like movie directors and like they shouldn't be putting like gay stuff in there, you know.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Is mental illness sometimes romanticized?
Yes, I definitely think that in media today, especially in movies, there's a lot of depiction of the younger generation, like seeming like they're cool when they struggle with mental illness. And I think, especially in the arts, it's important to bring awareness to this idea that people are actually struggling in their daily lives with mental illness, and it's not something that is always so cool.
Can Christians be politically active without compromising their faith?
I believe you can, but you gotta hold fast to what you believe in, regardless of whatever the political tide is, whatever it's Democrat, Republican, whatever it is. I'm more of a liberal in a sense, but I do hold conservative ideology in certain aspects. So it's been a bit of both. I think you can.
Here you have it.
I have imbalance.
Oh,
Most important.
yeah. Is there a biblical basis for supporting movements like Black Lives Matter?
I would say so, but sometimes we need to put more trust in the cause and the organization. So I would say, even if you don't go through an organization, still support a cause.